Alright guys, so we're working with this Nissan. It's a 2015 Nissan Maxima, and we're removing this little puppy over here, and guys, gonna need to know the basics. I'm not gonna go through it, that you need to jack up the wheels, safety features, but because I need for my insurance purposes, I'm gonna have to go and explain PPP, safety protection. You're going to need a bucket. You're going to need to remove the covers, fans, and everything. The reason for the fan is because you guys can see I need that space right here. This car is kind of dark or anything. Going to remove the lower, and I removed the upper radiator hose. As you can see, it's out the way. Remove the snorkel for the air box. You don't have to remove the upper, tensioner, but you're going to have to remove the lower one just to get to the bolts or the nut that's on the side of the bolt, which is this one right here. And yes, I have a pile over here, and this goes like this basically, and on the other end is the nut, which you guys can see perfectly once you remove this, or if you guys can get it without removing that. Kudos to you. You can use a wrench for that. My whole thing is to make it easy for myself. Remove that, slide that in. Now, most people have problems with this, and they start removing components that they don't need to remove, and it's very simple. Whatever type of needle nose. So once you got it off, I usually like to do this, push it with my hands, and then I get to do this. And sorry guys, I should have been more focused here than what the wind is doing. Sorry. Safety concerns about this, the hood, so that's a precaution. But again, I'll show it to you again a little bit more. So this is how it is. There's a little gap where it's tied into something else, and it's being held right here. So as long as you can get this puppy to go and do this, you're okay. So when you release the nut, go this way. You stick this, which pushes it out this way. And this is where this comes into play. Right here, you'll be able to see, like, I'm going to use this. You can be able to see in between the manifold once you got the shield removed. And you can go and do this. And you'll be able to grab it and do this. Okay? You may need to do, like this. And then pull the same way, pushing it back in. Okay, you're going to do the same thing. You can use the magnet, you can remove things, whatever makes your job easy for you. And then you're going to need to snake it out and take a look on how I did it. I just didn't have to remove a lot of things, not even the connection for their AC compressor or anything, because again, it allowed me to move all of that behind the alternator, slide the alternator up and out the way, and snake it through this way, push it through that little gap. Once I had it in this little area up this way, up it came out, and you see how I have it? It's the same way it goes in. A lot of people don't show how to take it out. Fortunately, I'm one-handed, one-man shop right now on the road, So once you have it, you'll be able to come out. And I just snugged it right here because I didn't remove these puppy right here, but it comes out that way. So again, if you have any questions, comment down below. I'm not going to ask you to subscribe. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. On a scale from 1 to 10, I give this at least a 5 to a 6 for a newbie. For professional people, this should be at least about a 3 to about 3.5. It is time consuming, so don't think just because you're changing an alternator, which is one bolt and another one at the end, that you're going to make some quick money, knowing that you got to take all of this apart, snake this puppy out. And when we say wrestling, you're not really wrestling with it, you're more jousting with this and shifting, maneuvering, and putting it through. And again, always be cautious with the radiator when you're pushing it in and out and coming up. So the same way, pushing, going through and snaking. Where this ends up this way, and you can snug this puppy through. Stick a screwdriver in on this side to line up the hole, and the other piece that holds it right here, and you can go in from behind and stick that baby through. To give you better leverage on the other earlobe, you may want to put that bolt back in, so that way the alternator is kind of sitting a little bit leveled, and you can play around with it. You can go underneath, or you can do it the way I did it. Again, it's up to you. Either which way, I'm always looking for easiest ways to do things. And if I find something easy for me, why not share it for someone else? Don't have to work harder. You just have to be smarter. Work smarter, not harder. And I don't know if you guys ever heard that saying. And again, 2010 to 2015, Nissan Maxima, and I know a lot of people are going to say, well, you're working on a Nissan, I thought you don't like working on them. I really don't, and it's not this side of the problem, it is that side of the problem. I really hate CVT transmission, and it doesn't matter who the maker is right now, I really don't like them. It's my personal opinion, and for certain reasons, when those things go out, a lot of money. You're looking at a used one for about $1,200 to about $1,500, and a new one or rebuilt, and you got to be lucky if you find someone that's skilled enough to repair that, and only deals with this particular brand and only deals with that particular transmission. Then thumbs up. But if someone is doing multiple things and says, yeah, I can get it done, unless they can give you like 2-3 year warranty, unlimited miles for that transmission, reman, okay. But you're going to pay a lot of money for that warranty, so just remember. Again, simple for my insurance, gloves, long sleeve, glasses, safety features, jack stands. Always make sure that you have a jack stand supporting the vehicle when using a jack, and just remove the wheel, remove the cover, start removing the bolts. 14, 12 tools you're going to need, and just remember the little trick that I do for these Nissans. A lot of people fail to do these, and they have to end up replacing these little tensioners right here. So take a look exactly what I did. See my Phillips going in there in that little keyhole. And if you look back here, let's see if it can do it. It's the back end of that, and the screwdriver is going straight through. I do that so when these tensioners are old and they are used, they have mileage on them, and they snapped all the way back because you remove the belt and everything, and most people, or most technicians that I know, will release it and then they figure that they can use brute force with their tool to push that tension all the way back up again, and they find out that I should have put a little key right through here. And if you guys have problems putting it up, the reason why I did it this way is because once I put my tool on there and push back, that screwdriver is going to help me line up, push that belt in, and my belt is nice and snug and everything, and I pull the screwdriver out from the keyhole like a pin, and it works perfectly every time. Well, you can stick a screw or bolts that is that size going straight through. That's on you. Again, I just use the tools that I have on hand, and I'm not looking for professional tools or anything, or you guys don't have to spend big money on big tools. As long as you have the basic tools, you can do the basic service on any type of vehicle. There are some specialty tools that you are going to need sometimes, but again, it all depends on what type of work you're going to be doing. So again, 2015 alternator removal. My little trick to remove this. Sorry you guys see all that mess. I have photographic memory where all these bolts and nuts go at. So you may want to label things, make it a little bit easy for yourself. I know one of my old boss, will get mad at me going, oh my God, he complains about me doing stuff like that. But if I take it apart, because I took it apart, I know where everything goes at. It's kind of hard when somebody else comes behind you and they give you, something like this and says, put it all back together again, and you're trying to figure it out, which bolts go where. And then we had problems where bolts disappeared, and I had to go and fish for bolts, and they couldn't understand what was going on, and then they finally understood. It takes time when you got to go and you're playing around with aluminum bolts, and it has a certain size, and you can see how long it is, and you got a longer bolt, and you're thinking that longer bolt is going to go there because it was in the section where they had all of this. So just remember, it's quick and easy, basic. You're going to remove a lot of things just to get this puppy out, but just remember, you don't have to disconnect any of the AC lines or remove the AC. So quick and simple. 2010 Nissan Maxima all the way up to 2015, and it even works on the Ultimas. So you're going to spend some time removing some things and putting them back. You're going to spend some time, which is equivalent to the time that you're going to spend removing the AC, and you don't have an evacuator to remove all of that and contain all of that, so you don't want to be pouring that out into the environment, hurting yourself or hurting anybody else. So quick and simple, this is how it goes out and this is how it goes in. So remember, my trick with the pliers, you guys can also do it the same way. I'm experiencing this, and mind you, I guess sometimes I have to do 2, 3, 4 tries, or sometimes trying to get that pin back in. And again, I'm a pro in this, and if you struggle in it, trust me, you're gonna have some time, just like other people with the magnet thing. Most people show it quick and simple, in their video, but they edit things. I like to do things the raw way. But again, one person, one hand, 2 hands needed. One hand for filming, the other hand for taking things apart and holding things. That doesn't work. So this is why I did it this way. Tore it down and just showed you how it is. Can't go step by step how to take things apart, because again, you already know what I'm taking apart. So if stuff is explanatory, and if you don't know what you're doing, leave it to the pros. Again, giving it a skill level of 6, because you got to disconnect a lot of things. But anyone can do it, in their garage, on their driveway, job, wherever, broken down, wherever you're at. Anyone can do it as long as you have the basic tools. And again, you're going to need 12, 14, 10s. And I was going to say you need to remove the, O2 sensor, the HO2, but you guys can see I didn't need to remove it. just be careful again with the radiator. So leave a comment down below. If you like, you don't, you don't. Thank you for coming around and watching. It's a new year, so hope a lot of blessings and a lot of wishes come true for a lot of people out there. So again, this puppy's out. Same way it came out, it's the same way you put it back in and you put everything back and assemble everything. So safety first, safety second, safety third. Okay, so just make sure that order, you follow it. Protect yourself because your life is more important. So again, the 2010, 2015 Nissan Maxima alternator removal.